Hey YouTube, this is Ruskin Amusement Park Fan 62. Now, with us being stuck inside because of the going around, I thought this would be a good time to talk about um, how to make a good cemetery. Now, doing this is actually fairly simple to make. Now, first, depending on how your yard is, you're going to want to make a fence. Now, you can do different ways. Now, you can make a fence using old wood you have around and cut it to the dimensions you want and make it look. But also, you can buy them. Now, I'm not talking about the cheap plastic fences you can buy at Party City. Now, if you really want to have a good cemetery, you're gonna need a good one. So the best one. So some options you can think about for this and check out here on YouTube is Steve's Haunted Yard. He does a really good fence for his front, and he has videos on his channel on how he made his fence. And or some other YouTubers. Now, the next thing is going to be tombstones. Now, depending on how artsy you are, you can hand make them yourself. Now, they're fairly simple. All you need is sheets of styrofoam and maybe a wood spike so you can just stick it in the ground. Now, some people have gone as far as doing rebar, but their tombstones have been really thick as well. But if you don't want to go that route and you're not as artsy, you can just hand buy them from the stores. Now, the best places to buy tombstones I have found has typically been the at-home store if you have them in your area. Walmart usually has a good display or a good amount of stuff. Sometimes Lowe's, Home Depot, and then now the next thing you'll want to do is lighting. Now, depending on stuff, with it being spring and summer, this is also a good time to bring to get electrician to your house to upgrade your electrical so it can support lighting. Now, depending on how you want to do it and how your yard is, you'll want to do different types of lights. Now, one option are just general spotlights. You can buy them anywhere. Now, if you still want to do spotlights, but not use the standard ones where if it rains, it blows the circuit, I would suggest the LED ones. Now, your choice, but typically one good one has been the Great Value LED spotlights from Walmart. They're $6.44, and they're actually really good. I have two of them, and I use them on my 16-foot pumpkin thing, and it actually lit it up pretty good. Now, the other options are kaleidoscope lights. You can find those just about anywhere. And typically the best place to get them cheap is Walmart, but that way you can, you're getting a good product for a cheap price. Now, the next thing you'll want to do in this, once you have that set up, is also pumpkins. Now, there are different ways on going this. Wow. Now, pumpkins nowadays, for those, are not cheap. So, your best bet is either wait till as it gets closer to Halloween when they go on sale, or eBay. You can actually find pumpkins somewhat cheap on eBay. Like a lot of the pumpkins I have either been from after Halloween, or I bought from a friend. Now, the last thing is this. Details. Now, depending on the size of your yard, it's going to vary on stuff. Now, one thing you'll want to have is a coffin. Now, you can hand make coffins. They're fairly easy to make. You can buy them if you find a good one. Now, I'm not saying go buy a real life one, because those things weigh a ton. The next thing is cobwebbing. Now, you can usually get a fairly big bag for about $2 to $3 anywhere. So that would be good to put on bushes and trees and anything to make it look old. Especially if you do like a green light or something, it looks great. Or depending on what you want to do, you can also buy the purple one and do a black light. Does also work good as well. Now, the last thing is this, and now this is going to sound crazy, I know. But if you really want to go the extra mile, and you have room, you can buy from either the at-home store or Home Depot. Last year had them. Now, more places could have them this year. Are those giant inflatable trees. Now, I'm not talking about the ones from like 2010 that looks like a cartoon. No. I'm talking about the ones that came out in 2018 at the at-home store, where it's 12 feet tall, and it has like these limbs that look like hands, and it has like an evil face. In fact, if you go earlier on this channel from Halloween last year, I have a video of mine. So that's an idea as well.